You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney. So happy to be here with you today. Hello, all you Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land. Yes, today is Friday. I know. You guys know I don't record on Friday, but this is something new that I'm doing called The Young Gwinnett, where I talk to amazing entrepreneurs and community leaders around the world on Friday. So I know I come to you Monday through Thursday, but now I'm adding Friday. Listen, I told you guys I was expanding the show. The goal is to have the show running 12 hours a day. 12 noon to 12 p.m. So that's the goal for 2020. So I'm excited about that. But today I have a great guest with me today. She is the CEO of Something Sweet. Her name is Miss Alexis Hughes-Williams, and she's going to be talking to us about how she got started in the baking business and how she launched her company. So you are in for a treat. That's kind of like a play on word, a sweet treat. You're in for a sweet treat today as I interview Miss Alexis Hughes-Williams. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. So I love the name of your company, Something Sweet. I love that name.
Well, you can thank my 9-year-old son for coming up with that name.
Wow. Okay. He's a little branding expert at 9. Here we go, y'all. He already got it in him. His mom is his first client.
Exactly.
She is his first client. We're going to speak that to the universe. That's the first client. Many more to come after that one because he's coming from an entrepreneur background already. We already know.
Yes.
So Alexis, tell me, what was so sweet treats? I got to tell you though, I looked at that cookie, the everything cookie. I'm like, okay, I need to know what's in the everything cookie. But first of all, before we get into that, tell us a little bit about the inspiration for you starting Something Sweet.
Well, with Something Sweet, it actually started, I started baking when I was 8, but the passion that I have is actually for the nonprofit organization that I started, Girl Unknown. It's a women and girls empowerment organization. We deal in mindfulness, self-esteem, building self-defense, everything. And really, I was just like, hey, look, I'm tired of going around begging for money. What am I good at? Mm-hmm. And seeing as how I built the skill of baking with my great-grandmother and my grandmother, it just happened to be something I was good at. And we were just like, okay, we have these cookies, we have these treats. Let's put that to work for these girls and women that we want to support.
Okay, cool. So she started out to support her nonprofit, Girls Unknown, but she took the recipes from her grandmother. I could tell you right now, I was cooking with my grandma when I was probably about 6 or 7. Now, I didn't learn how to bake a cake from scratch or some cookies, but I can make a mean grilled cheese. I ain't gonna even lie.
Okay. I'll say it.
I can make a mean grilled cheese. Now, what I liked about your story was that your business is it's a virtual online bakery and a pop-up. Tell us about that whole concept, because that's a different concept that I've never really heard of. I mean, I know people go vending at like farmers market, but the whole pop-up and virtual online, tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, with pop-ups, I talk to other businesses and we bring our audience to their business, and we just do like nice little pop-up shops. We'll go through social media marketing and everything like that and tell people, hey, look, we'll be at this business today, especially when they want to bring in younger clientele and, show people what they're capable of too. And virtual, because, everything is online now. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to be tied down to one specific area. I love to get in there with the community, meet people, different walks of life. We're at campuses, we're at different businesses. It's so fun. And it keeps overhead down too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So as you were talking, I said, when is her birthday? She a Pisces, because that's me. That's me all day long.
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got 3 good friends, three good three good friends that are Capricorns, and my cousin's a Capricorn. We get along swell. One of my best friends is a Capricorn. But she's very creative like you. She can make anything look beautiful. Because I went to your website and I saw some of them cakes. They are like, I'm the type of person, I would get the cake and wouldn't eat it because it's so pretty.
Oh, well, you have to eat it. That's the point. I want you to eat it. I want you to feel good. I want you to smile and be like, oh my God, this is so good.
I know. I'm just that real sentimental type of person. Like, my daughter bought me a birthday cake for my 50th birthday. It was hilarious though. So I turned 50, and she ordered a specialty cake, and it was beautiful. It was like a pillow with a crown and all that. Well, her boyfriend had just bought a dog. It's big dog too, and the dog ate my cake.
Oh no!
Yep. And so and it was supposed to be a surprise, right? So I was in my bedroom and I heard her on the phone screaming and crying to my mom. And I said, "Did she say the dog ate my cake?" So I'm saying, "Did I get a cake?" Well, the dog ate the cake. The dog took a big bite out, and my daughter said she just fell out on the floor because of it. But here's the thing, I probably wouldn't even want to eat the cake. I don't even know what the cake tastes like because everybody ate some of the cake except for me. So the lady who made the cake made her another cake, and she had to rush and get the cake in time to get to the surprise birthday party they were giving me. But I'm a sentimentalist like that. Stuff that's beautiful, I don't want to touch it. I just want to just look at it and keep it forever.
I understand.
Now let me ask you this, because I know you said you have a son and he was he's your first branding ambassador. When you decided to launch the business, and I know it's virtual and it's a pop-up, what were there different kind of regulations that you had to go through, because it is an online store versus a brick and mortar bakery? Were there differences in setting up the business?
There really weren't that many differences in setting up. It's still an LLC. We work out of a commercial kitchen, so that's covered, and you get your insurances and everything else just like anybody else. Doing pop-ups, it's just a matter of talking to that business and making sure that you present them with your insurance papers and everything, that you're covered. Everybody's covered. So no, not really much difference.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I really suggest, for young entrepreneurs, if they want to start something, start it that way. You can test your market, see what works, see who's interested, and then you learn to develop your plan around that. And it makes it a lot easier, and it just makes it so that, you're able to feed off of whoever you're selling to, and it makes it more interactive and it makes it more fun. And I think that's what people are looking for nowadays. We don't really have too much human connection anymore. Everything is done virtually. So that's another reason why we want to do pop-ups and festivals and stuff like that and go that route, because we like to be in front of the people, and I like to see someone smile when they bite into that everything cookie and they're like, oh my God, where have you been all my life?
I know, right? Like, I want to bite into one. I was like, oh, okay. I got to tell you though, I looked at your brownies, and I like brownies, and I saw the nuts on there. I was like, I need one of them brownies in my life. I really don't need it in my life, but I really want it in my life. I was like, I need that brownie in my life. Now, let me ask you this, because I know that overhead is a killer for a lot of people, and there are a lot. Have you ever heard of the Slutty Vegan? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So her thing is, I had the opportunity to hear her speak a few months ago, and she was saying the exact same thing. She's like, we have a food truck. The overhead is a lot lower, but she was saying that her car was in her office. She called it a coffice because it's a car office.
Yeah.
She was like, my office is in my car. I call it a coffice. I thought that was so cool. There are a lot of people who want to start a business right now, and there are a lot of people that, in their mind, it's like, okay, I need a brick and mortar, but you're saying that you don't. What were some of the challenges? What are some, if any, challenges you face not being a brick and mortar, where, people can't come in and find that cookie all the time? Do you face that kind of challenge?
I do, but that's kind of my marketing strategy too. You can't find it all the time. You don't want to saturate your market, but you want to be there when you want them to be there. There are challenges. I do actually find myself isolated a lot of the times, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And that's exactly why I balance that with going out and talking to people. I definitely get the coffice thing, because I'm in my car a lot. I do a lot of work actually from my phone. So my laptop, my phone, they're my lifelines. And since it's so mobile and you're just moving a lot, you just find yourself, adapting to that. And I would say don't look at it as a bad thing if you don't have a brick and mortar. Actually look at that because it forces you to be flexible and be creative. And that's what a lot of people lack sometimes. Sometimes if you force yourself into the situation, you come up with your greatest ideas. And that was like one of the things, like I started doing this really on the side of my corporate job. And then I quit the corporate job and I just started doing this because it was so much fun. And yeah, I would say, like I said, definitely go for it. Try it out. And then that keeps down what you have to put into it in the beginning, because a lot of people need seed funding, seed investors, stuff like that. That's why I said, trying it out and doing it with as low overhead as you possibly can while you're testing your market and testing your ideas is the best way to go. It really is.
So let me ask you this: is your company totally self-funded, or did you have investors? Did you raise any funding to start the company?
I actually saved at my corporate job. I saved. No, I don't have any investors. I didn't do any crowdfunding. I didn't do anything yet. Now that we're expanding and we're growing, we're looking at more space to ourselves because we're kind of outgrowing the space that we've been in. Mm-hmm. But even to do that, it's been awesome to do co-working spaces. Mm-hmm. Co-working spaces are fantastic. You get to be around other people with the same mindset as you, entrepreneurial spirit. That's important, especially getting into it. Mm-hmm. To be around those people is important. It definitely is important because it lets you see things from different people's perspectives. You can ask questions. Yeah, it's been so helpful to be able to be around that.
So now your commercial kitchen that you work from, is that a part of the co-working space that you work out of, the commercial kitchen that you utilize?
Well, actually, I was fortunate enough to have a friend. He has his own kitchen, so I work from his kitchen. Now, I've been in other co-working spaces that weren't necessarily for me. I was helping, actually getting a mentor in what you want to be into. That's important as well. So mm-hmm. I got a mentor, and she has a catering company, and I was just like, okay, I just want to go help and immerse myself in that and see if I like it. And with the type of businesses that we have, they're similar, but it allowed me to be around that co-working space and be around her and how they do things. So I was able to learn with hands-on.
Now, you're absolutely right. Having a mentor is very key to anybody's success, and a lot of people don't think so. How did you cultivate that relationship with your mentor? Because a lot of times, mentors feel like people are just trying to take from them and not really give anything back. So how did you manage to cultivate that relationship, and how did you find your mentor?
To find my mentors, I have multiple mentors for multiple different reasons. And be a mentor yourself. That's another thing, too. Mm-hmm. It really didn't start off a mentor relationship. It was really more of me asking questions. I'm very inquisitive. If I want to know something and somebody knows it, I'm going to go ask. So they actually developed into those mentor relationships, naturally. Mm-hmm. But I was in those spaces. So if you have an entrepreneur center, or you have the co-working spaces, or even professors or teachers that you had that you trust that can answer those questions, I definitely suggest that. That's pretty much how I got all my mentors.
Now, how many mentors do you have?
I have 5.
Wow, why so many?
Well, because each of them represent a different aspect of where I'm at in life. Mm-hmm. So I have my mom mentor, who's been married for years and years and years, and me just getting married, that helps me. I can ask her questions. I have the serial mentor, the serial entrepreneur mentor, and she's made millions and millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And they can answer questions that I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't made that before. So you want to surround yourself with people whose level you want to get to. Let's see. I have my education mentor. She kind of keeps me grounded and helps me navigate internships and what I can do to reach back when it's time for me to reach back. Somebody in the baking industry. You know, you want to put staffs to your weaknesses, and you want to learn about what you're wanting to create in the first place, and you put those people in place to get there.
Wow. Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen, she's 31. So she has 5 mentors, a successful company, and she has a young ambassador who's also her branding expert on her team. So that is some great advice. Let me tell you something. Having a mentor is absolutely key to moving forward with any business, because they, like she said, they can help you level out. Now, what I found so interesting about one mentor that you said, I'm used to having business mentors, right? But I think the one that you said that kind of stuck out for me just now was the marriage mentor, like your mom. And I think that's really cool, because when you're in a relationship with someone, you know, you have to balance all that stuff out. So tell me how you balance, you know, being a new wife, being in a new marriage, and you still a newlywed. It's been a year, a parent, a business, because I know it could be a lot. How do you balance it all out?
You know, it's definitely a tightrope walk, you know. You learn to be forgiving of yourself and others. You learn to be patient. You learn to be kind. You definitely learn to develop those communication skills.
Right.
And I think communication is key. Communication is key to life, period. Like I said, if you don't learn to ask those questions to get where you want to get to, you'll never get there. If you don't know how to express yourself in a healthy manner, you'll never get what you want. So, you know, having somebody in place that you can look to, you can ask questions that you trust, and come from a place of love, you know, that's like vital to your sanity. It's definitely been super helpful to, you know, our relationship, especially being a new entrepreneur, being a wife, being a mom, still having to go to soccer. Like, as soon as we do this, we're going to doubleheader soccer game. So,
right.
you know, and being able to be flexible, definitely communication, flexibility, and loving yourself. Self-care is so important. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anything else at all. So, yeah.
And that's so key. You know, when I first started my business, I've been a business owner now for 22 years. When I first started, my daughter was 7, I think. She might have been 6 or 7. But I went full blown by the time she was like 8. I was a full-time entrepreneur working from home. So I've been working from home for like 20 years. And I remember not knowing how to balance, and I was a single mom. So I was trying to balance a business with no money, because I didn't have any, and a child. And I remember getting a call from the school saying, you know, we need to have a parent-teachers conference. And I was like, okay. So I get to the school, and the school was telling me, you know, your daughter is, you know, her grades are slipping. And I said, well, why? And they said, because she said you work too much. And I felt like the worst mother in the world, because at that time I was working a job and running a business, trying to take care of her. I felt like I cried like all day at work. They were like, well, what's wrong? I was like, I'm a terrible mother. Because I didn't know how to balance. I didn't know how to balance that all out. But I quickly learned, because I felt like I needed to learn. So what I would do is and I'm an inventor. So I invented the first plus size fashion doll. So what I would do, I would wake up early in the morning. Like I would wake up early in the morning, like 5 o'clock, do some work, take her to school at 7, and I would come back and I would work all the way to time for her to get out of school. When she got out of school, the whole time she was home, I didn't do any work. But as soon as she went to bed, I was at it again. And sometimes I didn't lay my head down till 5 o'clock and get back up at 7. So I had to learn how to balance being a mother and an entrepreneur, all while being employed at a job. So she's absolutely right. So the fact that she has a mentor to help her with that is a great thing, because you need people in your life who understand you. You also need people in your life who are going to help you get to the next level in your business, who have your best interest at heart, because not everybody in your life is going to have your best interest at heart. And
that's right.
Yeah, that's really key to understand. So looking back now from where you are right now, what are some of the things you would have done differently starting, if you had to start all over right now?
I think that, well, honestly, no. I wouldn't necessarily do anything different. I will probably add.
Okay.
I think that with our son, for example, I would include him in what we're doing sooner. I love the idea that now he understands exactly what is mom doing, and explaining all the concepts, and just having him there and him being a part of it. I love to see the entrepreneurial spirit blossom in him, and I wish that I would have been able to include him more in the beginning stages and explained it a little bit better.
Well, it's never too late, because he's at a good space. I met this I spoke at a conference last year. I met 2 little amazing little genius kids, right? They freaked me out because they were so smart. And one little girl, her name is Kenya Bean. She has a lemonade company. Her company does, I forgot the name. I think, is it called Sweet Bee? It's something lemonade, but it's something Be Sweet or something. But she was amazing. And then I met this other little young guy. He was 11 then. I think he's gonna be 13 this year. Well, anyway, he's a freaking stock market genius. Like he's a stock market genius. Like, he's been on television, he's been all over the place. So it's never too late to start, is what I'm saying, because he started out naming the company, which is great, and he can always say, I named my mother's company, but whatever, like right now, you can help him launch his own product, because now you know what to do. And like you said earlier, digital media is so powerful right now, so he can easily have a store up and running in no time at all. Now, let me ask you this, because you are virtual, you do pop-ups. Do you see yourself scaling this, the model that you have now? Do you see yourself being able to scale this model that you have right now with the pop-up and the virtual online store?
Oh, definitely. I'm from Wisconsin originally, and we're planning on implementing both Something Sweet and Girl Unknown in Wisconsin in the very near future. It's something like right now we have this holiday gift pack. It's our best sellers all in one box, and you can order it, and we've shipped these boxes. We've been as far as Kuwait at this point, and we've been to California, definitely Georgia. We've been to pretty much everywhere. Indianapolis, California, Texas, everywhere. And with doing that, we definitely want to think globally but act locally. And that was something one of my mentors actually says. He says all the time, and it's in his book. And I definitely agree with that, because we want to act on a local level, help different communities however we can, get in there and ignite good, but think globally, because we want to be a global business. Why not? Why stop here?
So thinking on a global level, and your company is local right now, but I know you can ship anywhere in the world. What kind of challenges have you faced, if any, when it comes to shipping like cakes? Because I looked at some of them cakes; they're beautiful. How do you ship a cake globally that's so pretty made up? Like, how do you do that?
So I don't necessarily do the decorated cakes, and that's what I mean by locally.
Okay.
We will be put in bakeries. We'll dot them around the United States, so that people can get access to our decorated cakes. but we mostly send like the cookies, the brownies, the cake batter crispies. We'll send the mini pound cakes, the mini rum cakes. Those are the things that we really send because they ship very well.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't necessarily ship the big cakes. We could, but I haven't really gotten into that. And I want everything to be fresh and I want you to enjoy it. So I don't do anything with preservatives either. So when we bake it, we ship it immediately so you're able to enjoy it right then and there, just like your grandma would make, right?
Like your grandma would make. Yes, my mother loved pound cake. Like that's one of her favorite cakes is a pound. Like you said, pound cake, she gets excited. She's like, oh, pound cake. She loves pound cake. Now, fast forward 5 years from now. Well, you know what? Let's back up for a second. Let's talk about Girl Unknown because I know that you're doing some great things in this space. You have a company that has a social impact component to it. What was the inspiration for starting Girls Unknown?
Inspiration for starting Girl Unknown, you know, I have been allowed a lot of opportunity in my life. And so I just want to be able to pay that forward, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm a big reader, so I'm always giving away books, giving away whatever we can to like make a difference. And we partnered with many different people and entities and everything like that to be able to impact those who are underserved. So that is our main goal with Girl Unknown. Giving back to the community, empowering these young women, empowering women in general, women and girls in general, to make sure that, you know, somebody is there to make sure they understand that they are enough. Be kind, be humble, be a student always. But remember, you are enough and you can really achieve everything that you put your mind to. I'm from the inner city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have had so much opportunity and I just want to pay it forward.
Right on, sister. You know, and you are enough. Let me tell you something. And this is a quick story. You know, I'm a storyteller, so that's why that's why I do this show. I was 41 when I realized I was enough. And so the fact that you're sharing that message with women and young girls right now is important because I didn't even know that I didn't realize I wasn't enough. I was listening to TD Jakes. This was when Oprah first launched OWN Network. She had TD Jakes on there and he was talking about, you know, not being enough. But as he was talking, I was like, he's talking about me. So I'm a real overachiever, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that I was an overachiever because I didn't feel like I was enough. So I would work and work and work, and everything I did was big. Everything. It was crazy. But I would make it so big till it get out of control all the time. And it wasn't until then that I realized I wasn't enough. And when I learned that it was a lot of work to work on myself so I could stop feeling like that. So I could stop making everything so big. Like everything I created was huge. And my daughter would say to me when she got old enough, she's like, man, you make everything so big and complicated. And I didn't, you know, to me, I was being a business owner, right? But in reality, I was working from a space of not being enough. So the fact that Girls Unknown addresses this specific issue amongst many, I'm sure, I think that's a phenomenal thing because some young lady out there needs to know that you are right. You are enough. And I think that's great. So kudos to you for starting that organization because if you talk to any woman that's going through something, 9 times out of 10, it has something to do with self-worth and not feeling like they're enough. They're qualified for something. So kudos to you for starting that organization to support these women as they move forward through life.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So now I know one of your things is buying local. I know that's very important to you, and you were just appointed the chairwoman of the State of Tennessee National Women in Agriculture Association. How has that been for you? How did that make you feel?
That made me feel very proud. That was just, you know, that's definitely something. I just wanted to, like, you know, make sure that people, you know, it's important to know where your food comes from. Mm-hmm. And agribusiness is important, you know? So, mm-hmm. You know, how do we grow that field? How do we make more people aware of this? So we were actually just brainstorming ideas yesterday, and my team and I have been coming up with some really good things that we hope to implement here soon. And it's just exciting to be able to marry everything that I'm a part of together and really make it a force for the good of the whole being. So we do a lot of mindfulness, we do a lot of meditation, we do a lot of all of that, but we need to work on our bodies because, you know, what we put in is what we're going to get out. And just marrying, it's just all so exciting. It's all coming full circle, and you know, I couldn't be happier. It's just been a fantastic ride.
So now this everything cookie, what was the inspiration for that everything cookie? What's in the cookie? Is it a family recipe? Is it a secret or something that, you know, you tell me you got to kill me or something? What's in the cookie?
The cookie is an oatmeal-based cookie. It has pecans, cranberries, chocolate chips, and coconut in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
It's like a nice balance between soft and chewy and good and crunchy. And there's a lot of whole ingredients in it so that, you know, we don't have to add a lot of sugar. Because one thing that, like, a lot of people in my family, especially my grandmother, being mindful of my grandmother not being able to have a whole lot of sugar, it really was like, okay, what can we do to optimize the flavor but bring down sugar intake? And I played with that recipe, and lo and behold, we have the everything cookie. So yeah.
Okay. So now, do you have any new ventures on the horizon? Maybe a cookbook or something, or, you know, you're gonna come to Georgia and pop up a store. What are you doing?
I can do a pop up in Georgia. Just let me know I need to pull up. You know, we can do it. Now, as far as the cookbook, we actually were thinking about it. My great grandmother and her recipe book, I would love to, you know, share with people that those recipes, you know, they're things that my family love. We still make them. She taught me how to make them since I was little, and I was in there, you know, mixing the dressing and, you know, making her cakes and making her pies and stuff like that. I'd love to put together a cookbook. Yeah.
I know everybody love your everything cookie, but what's your number 2 top seller?
The sweet potato cheesecake.
I knew you was gonna say that. I've never had a sweet potato cheesecake. I saw it on your website.
Yeah, it's like fall in your mouth. It's I don't even know how to explain it. And then I top it with, well, I just started making this, it's a praline cream from Pritchard's Distillery. I started blending that into my whipped cream. Can we say, oh my goodness?
Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious. Oh my goodness. So you ship that, right? You ship that cake?
Yes, I can ship the sweet potato cheesecake.
Okay.
Yep. You can order one online and I will have it to you with the whipped cream to go on top. And I'm telling you, it's seriously, it's like fall in your mouth. It's just all the best flavors and smells and feels. Because, you know, fall makes you feel a certain way.
It does. I love fall. It's beautiful right now today. I was like, it's gorgeous. I'm going to have to order that for Thanksgiving. Like, I'm going to have to order this. And you need to send me a link because I'll forget because I'm talking so much to all these different people. So send me a link to Audrey@goodmorninggwinnett.com to remind me, hey, order the cake for Thanksgiving. Because I know you probably get really busy around that time, around the holiday time. I can imagine you probably are really busy.
Oh, yeah. We're floored for the holidays. So, yeah, definitely. I will give you the link. It's www.somethingsweetllc.com. And yes, I will send it to you in the email. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just send me a reminder because I'm telling you, I'm gonna forget. So,
okay.
But at Thanksgiving, I would love to. Like my husband cooks a lot, but I don't know anybody that make a sweet potato cheesecake. Now I love cheesecake, so like I won't eat pound cake. I don't like pound cake. I gotta admit, but I love a cheesecake, a good cheese. I don't like cheesecake with strawberries and stuff on it though. I'm like a regular cheesecake person or a red velvet cheesecake person. So this sweet potato cheesecake is gonna be something new for me to try. And I love praline. So praline and sweet, yeah, that sounds delicious. Like my mouth is watering right now. I haven't eaten any lunch. So now you're doing some really great things, and I am so glad to have had the opportunity to talk to you. Once again, tell people how to reach out to you if they want to get some of these delectables that you create.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. The website is www.somethingsweetllc.com. You can reach me at Alexis at somethingsweetllc.com. If you want to shoot me an email, you can visit the website for Girl Unknown. It's girlunknown.org. And we definitely love to connect with people on all of our social media. So Something Sweet is at Something Sweet LLC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's the same handle across the board. And Girl Unknown is at Girl Unknown Inc. on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can follow us, like us, share everything. We'd love to.
I feel like Something Sweet should be a song. Like as you were saying it, I feel like it needs to be a song or something. Like somebody need to write a song about it and attach it to the brand. I like that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being my guest. I really did enjoy this great conversation. I'm gonna try to tip on over to Tennessee. I'm right there. I'm right next door. And I don't know. I might not be able to wait till Thanksgiving for that cheesecake. I might have to just come on through and check it out. Listen, guys, this has been my guest, Miss Alexis Hughes-Williams. She is the CEO of Something Sweet. You heard it right here. Check it out, somethingsweet.com. I'm going to be back again on Monday to bring you more about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County at 9 o'clock. If you missed the episode, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com. And listen, don't forget, I just launched a new network for women who podcast called Pod Chicks. That's Pod Chicks with an X on the end, CHICX. Check it out. If you are interested in learning how to become a podcaster and you're serious about it, because we're a serious group over there. Like, that's a community of women who are joining that community because they want to leverage the power of podcasting either as a business itself or as an extension of growing their business. So check it out, podchicks.com, and go back and listen to past episodes of the show, Good Morning Gwinnett. I'll be back again on Monday, God willing. Until next time, y'all, make it a great day. Bye now.
Bye.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.